the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. The Bulls decide to punt it away. That's the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After misfiring, it's second down. Wants to throw. It's Galladay. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch, called for and made. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pass, it's picked off. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make a play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that has to take the interception.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Takes the handoff. It's Oliver. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up second and 3. Off play action. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking for a man, it's Galladay. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
They were trying to set up the screen. They were trying to
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bulls offense will start this game off. And all eyes will be on this man because he is electrifying every time he touches the ball.
I mean, so much fun to watch. Can hit home runs, can make big plays. Everything in this offense starts with that grown man.
What I really like about him, too, is he's versatile, right? He can carry the rock, he can catch the football, he's good at blocking. This guy stays on the field for a reason.
The give to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The Bulls will hustle to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
And the Bulls will try to pin them back with the punt. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
The inside handoff. At the 40, there he goes. Got a lot of running room. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in here, got the long touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Running back searching for a hole. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw, it's Carter. Makes a catch along the sidelines, but he's going to lose yardage. And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes a connection. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Bulls in the hurry-up.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the court.
Running toward the tape. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. He'll keep it himself. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bulls.
this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he is brought down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Snags it quickly on the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. It's caught downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
This offense has a second down play. Looking for room. It's Oliver. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. He finds his man. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Now on first down from the 30. He wants to throw. He makes the catch. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Second and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. Into their happy place for a touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Indiana managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around Bloomington had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. And the Bulls come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass, it's Carter. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Bulls line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll return it from around the 50. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Handoff from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
And here comes the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Eccles. They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the 1st.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They're going to run it. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down. And the Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Carter. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He'll do it himself. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Got it set up on the outside. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Bulls will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Line gets set, 1st down. The run to the left. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the ground with the back. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs, it's Oliver. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Unleashes it on the run. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. And I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some point.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Takes it the other way. And he was weaving his way and finally brought down around the 23-yard line.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got three DBs, three corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. He'll pull it on the read. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. Give to the running back. Oh, what a cut!
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Looking downfield, it's Galladay. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Coming after him. Snags it. Snares it with those big hands and strolls into the end zone for the touchdown. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
Right down the middle. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the Bulls will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They'll run it from the gun. Powers through the defender. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Here's the handoff. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They'll try the left side. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback on the keeper. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
kickoff team doing a little running. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game, they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Trying to get behind the defense. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's a quick throw out to the left. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Scanning the field. It's Galladay. Dances away to buy time. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Offense now working in the red zone. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I like it. It's like laying up on a par 5. There's no time and no place for that. We don't need that, all right? Take your shots. It's 3rd and long. I don't need to throw it 17 yards short of the stick. Nice job taking a shot down the field, trying to get the 1st down through the interception, but no harm.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
The Bulls headed quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Carter. Keeps looking downfield. He's going to run it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Got the back over the middle. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And the Bulls will have it 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Getting some heat. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Shoots it to the left. Wide open downfield. Just like that. A huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. Looking to throw. Going for 6. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He's got it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, USF.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the gun, the ground game. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far there in Northwest Ohio today. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Dwight L. Perry Stadium.
The Bulls will kick it off to start the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now this offense is back on the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
They'll try to find a more productive play this time on 2nd and long from the 14. To the air, it's Galladay. Looking for a deep man. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Trying to get to it. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Bulls want to move quickly. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it.